Why would an apparently sane person, living a perfectly comfortable life with all the alluring perks that a city can offer, decide to move out into the jungle? That is what a friend of mine asked me the other day over lunch. He kept saying, "I know that you could do it, but why would you?" I suppose that most people, most apparently sane people, don't contemplate these kinds of ideas too often. So to really understand why, I would have to go back a couple of years. More than a couple of years ago, I happened to entertain the innocent-looking idea of becoming a vegetarian. Now, to my surprise, as soon as I started to engage in these types of practices, there was an outburst of compassionate concern in my surroundings, from my friends, and strangely enough, even from people I had just met. They were all saying things like, "But if you're going to make such a drastic change in your life, you'd better study and make sure that you're getting enough protein and iron and whatnot." So I figured they probably have a point there. I should look into that. And so study I did. And I studied about food and health, and about the ethics and the impact that the animal industry has on our environment. All that studying very quickly led me into becoming a vegan and giving up all animal products. That means even the more addictive types of foods like cheese and milk chocolate. Of course, at this stage, the compassionate outcries became even more strong, and they were saying things like, but what about the calcium and the vitamin D and B12 and folate and a number of other things? I thought, yep, I'd better learn about those things too. And so into the books I dove. When I resurfaced, I had now become a low-fat, raw vegan. That means having a diet that consists of fresh, ripe, raw fruits, mainly, and also some tender leafy greens and the occasional vegetable. So, but surely I couldn't subsist on a diet mainly made out of fruit, right? I mean, didn't I know that over the past decades there has been a dramatic decrease in the nutrient content of our produce? Another good point. Indeed, I didn't really know about that. I knew about it, but not in detail, and so back into the books I dove. Now, I was learning about soil, how we treat the soil, fertilizers, what they are, and how they actually affect the plants. What happens to a plant when you add fertilizer to it? And even more importantly, what happens to the people or the animals that eat that plant? Not to mention all of the pesticides, larvicides, fungicides, insecticides, the irradiation, and all of the other practices that are common. And after having a look at all of this, it became very clear to me that there really is no health if there is no healthy soil. And in fact, there is very little hope for a sustainable future. So, is it possible to create a lifestyle and a practice that is in balance with nature, is kind, compassionate, and also abundant. My newfound love for fruit got me thinking that the best way for me to find that out is probably to go to a tropical setting where you can grow fruit all year round and see if you can make it work. So that's what I'm about to do.